Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Myrtle Beach Kia, and I'm checking out a 2017 Kia Optima in the SX Limited trim level. Yes, this one is loaded up with just about everything you could possibly want in the car. So let's go ahead and check it out. This Optima is sitting on 235/45 R18 Michelin tires wrapped around 18-inch chrome alloy wheels. It has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated disc brakes in the front and solid disc brakes in the back. The name of this color is Snow White Pearl. Always like a white car when it's in contrast with black trimmings and the smoked chrome, just like the wheels here on the grille, and it goes all the way around above the headlights. And check out that grille. It's a combination of that chrome and a gloss black. And you have some wheel well ventilation there. Sensors here in the front. This vehicle has the adaptive cruise control or smart cruise control and the lane departure warning, automatic emergency braking, and a lot of features. And some of those sensors are here in the lower grille. And then you have a camera mounted right up in here to keep an eye on the road. And there's another camera right here in the grille because this vehicle has a 360 view camera system. Can't wait to show that off when we get inside. When we put it in reverse or we're creeping through the parking lot, you can see all the way around the vehicle. It's pretty neat. Now the headlights are underscored with an LED daytime running light across the bottom of it. And both the low and the high beams are in projector tubes and they're powered by LED bulbs. Now they're auto leveling, so when you're going over hills, it'll help bend the projector to match the direction. Also, they're active bending, so they can go a little bit left or right to kind of go around corners a little bit, just to kind of give you that extra visibility when you might need it. This is what the key looks like. It's a proximity key system, and it's designed where you can just keep it in your pocket the whole time, or your bag or whatever. But it does have some useful buttons, lock and unlock, ability to pop the trunk, and a panic button here. There is a physical key on the inside in case you ever need that. By pushing that button you can slide it out, but generally you won't even need to do that. Don't even have to take it out of your pocket. So has another cool feature, kind of welcomes you when you walk up to the vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and put the key in my pocket, and I'm going to walk up to the vehicle, and as it senses the key, it will fold out the side mirrors, letting you, kind of welcoming you and letting you know that it sensed the key. So when I walk up, if I want to lock the doors, I just push this button. If I want to unlock it, push the button again. As long as, and when you lock the doors, it will fold in the side mirrors. As long as the key is with a close proximity of this door, it will allow me to do that. If the key's not here, not just anybody can do that. All right, so here's the inside of the passenger door. All soft to the touch, all up in here, all the way down. Your armrest is very soft and comfortable. And you have that gloss, kind of a piano black accent. This handle kind of dubs as a little storage pocket with a rubber liner in the bottom that's removable and cleanable. A very large pocket at the bottom of the door with a large bottle holder as well. Now it has some stitching in here in a French design, and it kind of doesn't pop out a whole bunch because it's basically the same color, but it's there anyway. There's the threshold with an aluminum seal plate with the Kia badging. Power adjustable seat here on the passenger side with power lumbar adjustments as well. And check it out, the quilted, perforated, heated and cooled seats. Absolutely awesome, comfortable, and very durable feeling too. Okay, so your leg room is very significant and just kind of wide open. You can see that it doesn't really narrow as you put your feet in there. It's pretty much maintaining pretty close to the same width, but just plenty of open leg space. The floor mat hooks in place, keeping it from sliding and, you know, sliding forward or whatever. All right, you have that stitching right up in here. The accent that goes across the dash is nice. Let's take a look at the glove compartment. Smooth plastic on the inside. Pretty good size as well. Check out this panoramic sunroof. It is huge. Goes all the way back to the rear passengers, and that front portion you can tilt and slide back as well. One thing I would highly recommend is window tint for the glass. It would really, white cars with tint, they just makes them look a little bit better to me anyway. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look in the back seat area. There's the inside of the back door, and soft to the touch material all the way down, just like the front door. There's your bottle holder. It even has a shade here. Slides out, hooks in the top, and retracts when you're not using it. Heated seat controls back here too, so your back seats are heated in a 2-stage, low and high. There's a little sill plate and then the threshold, and there's your back seat. The back seat is a bench seat. It does have some simulated, some bolstering to kind of simulate a bucket seat, make it a little bit more comfortable, but basically you can get in and slide around. It's basically a bench seat. I love the quilting on the perforated seats. They look awesome. Then you have the center armrest with some cup holders, and it's kind of wide open space in there. I guess it has a little spot there in the center for different size cans or whatever. And you can move that out of the way if you have a center passenger. And even with the front seat all the way back, you have plenty of leg room back here. Very large pocket in the back of the front seat, and a pretty minimal hump there in the center. So the center passenger doesn't have to deal with too big of a hump. And it has a 12-volt power supply and a USB charger back here. That's always handy. Keep the back seat drivers occupied. And it has the car seat ISOFIX or latch system back here with the anchors behind over on the back. It also has some speakers. It has the premium hardened carbon speaker system. So with the anchors are right up in here closer to the headrest, and then you have speakers behind it. From the outside, the panoramic sunroof just looks awesome too. It gives you that gloss black roof look. Has a shark fin antenna at the very top. Taking a look at the back of the vehicle. Has the SX with a red L badging. Pretty nice. It also has LED taillights, combination of LED and standard bulbs. Dual exhaust tips, those are really nice. Kind of oval shaped. Parking sensors across the back, those little round circles. And it has a camera right up in here. Little tiny deck lid spoiler. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look in the trunk. Of course, you can use the key, or there's a little button right here. And when you push it, it kind of lifts up. I'll show you again. I'm gonna just push it, and we're just gonna kind of push it. And you see it just goes up automatically to about right there. And then you can take it and position it higher. It takes almost no effort. The lower the seats, there's the latches here to pull that, and here, depending on which one you want. You can see they're split there, and you can fold down one or the other to add to your cargo space, or you can have a combination of cargo and passenger space the way you want it. There's some speakers under here. You can actually see the other side. I'll have all the full dimensions and specs in the description, but just overall, it looks like you have a pretty good amount of space back here. They go pretty far to the left and right. And this one has the cargo mat in place. Let's go ahead and lift that up. So you can see it has the carpeting underneath, and you lift that up, and this is where you'll find your spare tire and tools. And of course, you can utilize some of this space for extra cargo space if you need to, just stuff that you would normally have with you. I guess like a little first aid kit would be good back here. The fuel door is lockable, and it is on the driver's side, which is convenient, and some argue a safety issue. Gives you better safety as far as getting back into your seat if you need to. Has the standard cap, a little tether system, and a place to put your cap while you're pumping gas. This vehicle has the blind spot monitor system. A little indicator there in the side mirror will light up when there's a vehicle in your blind spot. So if there's a vehicle anywhere from the side mirror all the way to one car length behind your car, that indicator will light up. If you put your turn signal in the direction of that side where there's a car in your blind spot, it will give you an audible warning as well. Now it also serves as a rear cross path detection system. If you're perpendicularly parked and you're backing out of a parking spot, sometimes you can't see around the cars that are next to you. So if a car is coming in from either direction, it will also utilize that system to give you a warning from the appropriate side as you're backing up. To start it up, all you have to do is have the key inside the vehicle. It could be in your pocket or a bag or whatever. Put your foot on the brake, hold it, and push this button. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat, and you can see on this side the floor mat hooks in place in 2 spots to keep the floor mat from sliding forward, but also from twisting, because it could be a safety issue. Then you have the aluminum pedals with the raised rubber grips, and you notice the accelerator pedal pivots at the bottom, so that helps out as well as far as keeping things underneath from going underneath and causing a problem there. Then you have a pretty good sized footrest on the left side, right in there. It's covered in plastic, but it has some of the package material. So let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. To open the hood, there's a little latch a little bit to the right of center right in here. Move it to the left and lift it up, and it stays up for you by itself. You don't have to put a prop in place or anything. Okay, so here's your engine compartment. And you see it has the insulated firewall. The exhaust is in the back and the intake is in the front. And it's a 4-cylinder front-wheel drive vehicle. So this is a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged direct injection engine that gets 245 horsepower. That's pretty awesome in a 4-cylinder 2.0 liter 4-cylinder too. Now your strut towers are braced in with the structure of the vehicle, so they're stabilized. So this turbocharged engine is paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Okay, taking a look on the inside of the driver's door, it's just like the other side as far as the styling and everything, but it has a few more buttons. You have the power windows. The front 2 are automatic, 1 touch up and down, so we can just go ahead and push it, and it goes down. It goes up and down quite fast. But I'm going to stop it right there just to kind of show you something. The windows, actually, the glass is a laminated glass here on the side with 2 panes of glass with an acoustic material on the inside. I don't know if you can see that, but it keeps the sound from entering the vehicle, and it gives you a stronger piece of glass. Basically, it vibrates the outer glass and it keeps that vibrations from making it to the inside glass. 2 memory seat positions, so once you get it set right, you can just save it right here. Side mirrors are adjusted right here with this little pad. You just pick a side, and then you can adjust it. And the side mirrors are foldable, so right now it's on automatic. They'll automatically fold when you lock the doors. You can turn that feature off, or you can push this if you want to just fold them in whenever you want. All right. So you have your power seat here for the driver. They have lumbar adjustment, but it's a 4-way, so up and down, in and out, get the perfect position for your back. And they're overall just generally a comfortable seat. But once you start adjusting it and getting it just right for you, that's even better. All right, so right in here, we already saw the fuel door release, the trunk release. You could turn the traction control off if you want to. And this is for your blind spot monitor system. You can turn that off if it's just driving you crazy or whatever. Then your lane departure warning system, you can turn that on or off. There's your interior dimmer switch for your interior gauges. It also has tilt and telescoping steering column. Give you an idea of the articulation. And from this angle, you can actually see the paddle shifter a little quite well. But we'll check that out a little bit more when we get on the inside. Okay, taking a look on the inside from the driver's position, driver's seat. And gotta say it again, very comfortable seats. And they're like a dentist chair. You can go up and down and all around and get at the right position. And I'm 6 feet tall and I can put my legs completely straight out. I actually have it at a further position than it would be for me to drive. I mean, I can put the seat too far back, really. All right, so let's go ahead and start here on the steering wheel. It's a leather wrap steering wheel with the smooth leather on the top portion, and then it transitions into the perforated leather here on the ends. And then it goes back to the smooth leather. And it has the flat bottom with the SXL red L emblem, looking all sporty and nice. Alright, so here on the left side, it has your volume for your radio, change your tracks or your presets on your audio source. And speaking of audio source, you can change it by pushing the mode button, so that'll change through, like, say, AM, FM, satellite radio, that kind of stuff, or you know, different inputs. There's lots of ways of playing music through the sound system. So you have your voice recognition system there as well. You can use that for making calls, you know, changing the radio station, all kinds of cool stuff there. Definitely recommend practicing to use that, because it is kind of like a safety feature as well as a convenience feature. So these are for your Bluetooth controls. Once you pair your Bluetooth phone, you can answer calls and hang up right here. Another convenience and, in my opinion, safety feature. Okay, so here on the right side, this is your cruise control. Most of these buttons are your cruise control, so you can turn it on, you can cancel it, you can set your speeds here. But since this is an adaptive cruise control or a smart cruise control, it has a radar system. So if you're just driving along at, say, we'll make it a little bit unrealistic. You're driving at 100 miles an hour and you have your cruise control set at 100 miles an hour, and somebody's going 90 miles an hour. Well, the vehicle's gonna, with using the radar system, recognize that they are going slower than you and slow your vehicle down to match their speed. So that way you don't hit them, or you don't have to constantly change your speed all the time here. And once they get out of the way, then it'll go back up to your set speed. So that's kind of the way the adaptive cruise control works. Pretty simple way of explaining it. But as you're following the vehicle in front of you, there's a distance that you can customize. So pushing this button will cycle through different distances. So of course you want to have a far distance from the vehicle in front of you, especially at high speeds, but sometimes you have to fine tune it, and you can do it there. So these buttons, this one and these, will correspond with the screen between the gauges, which I'll show you that in a second. It does have the paddle shifters here on the back. There's the plus and the minus, and they are connected to the back of the steering wheel. So as you turn, they will turn, and they go all the way down to the bottom, so you can, you know, reach them anywhere in this zone. Windshield wiper controls are there on the right. Turn signal is here on the left. It also has your headlight controls. So you have the ability to turn off your daytime running lights. Automatic mode, where it turns it on at nighttime. And then parking lights, and then your headlights. I like the automatic myself. Okay, so looking at the gauges here, it's a pretty simple, easy to see and understand gauge cluster. You have your RPMs there on the left, engine temperature in the same dial. On the right side is your analog speedometer with your fuel gauge, and it even has like a little arrow here aiming in the direction, showing you which side your fuel door is on, which is nice. But right here in the center, you have a little bit more information that you can go into with the screen. So it has your odometer at the bottom, outside temperature, and your lane keeping assist, a little icon there letting you know it's on. And of course, when you turn it off, it's going to disappear. Okay, so you have those icons at the top, and then you have a digital speedometer right here in the center. So using these buttons, so I'm going to cycle through the different menus, and I'm going to make selections here. So I'm going to go ahead and push the button, and you see I can go through those icons at the top. So I'm just going to quickly go through. Okay, starting at the first one, you have your digital speedometer. So you can scroll down and you can get more information there. Your different trips. Your trips are nice because they give you your distance, your average miles per hour, and your timer. And then pushing to the next one, you have your digital compass, your lane departure warning information there, and your stereo's off right now. When it's time to change your oil, you can set the interval. I mean, you can set it to where it'll remind you, which is nice. And then you have all your different settings here. And then it goes back to your digital speedometer screen, which you can go into. This is the screen in which you would typically use most, I would assume. The other information, you can go into it if you need to, but you don't really have to if you don't want to. Okay, let's look at your center stack. And I like the way everything is not too busy and cluttered up. The touch screen is right there, and it's not surrounded by anything to distract you. So right now it's showing the map for your navigation system. So you can zoom in and out here, and you can really, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out a lot so you can see where we're at. We're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on 501 here, the main road that comes in, and you can see the ocean and all that stuff. You can put in your address right here and find the place that you want to find, and you can save it. You can save it at your house, as you see your home address, the main places you go to, or just like a restaurant that you really like and you want to go back to, that kind of thing. So let's push this home button right up in here, and this gives you kind of a split screen, your navigation, what your radio is doing, and then you have like a customized menu. Let's go into all menus so you can see the icons here. So your radio, music, apps, navigation. You can actually see images on the screen if you want to by plugging a USB port, plugging your USB drive with images on it into your USB port. So let's just go to the radio, see what that looks like. All right. So you have your presets here on the left side, AM, FM, satellite radio options. You can scan, you can sort by category, that kind of stuff. And let's go back out of that. Let's go to music. So right now there's nothing plugged in to play, but if I did have something plugged in, it will give me the option, say USB, auxiliary, that kind of stuff. I have the auxiliary option, that right there. Also Pandora, which is the internet radio service, which you can play off of your phone. You can look at your current location on the map, which basically we saw that first. Let's go here and here. You can go into the navigation itself and put in your address. Your phone, you can pair phones, you can make calls, receive calls. Let's see if anything's paired.
Turn Bluetooth on from your device in order to search. On your device, Select the name.
I don't have the phone that's paired with the vehicle, but once you have the phone paired, you have access to your recent calls, your phone book, all that good stuff. It also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability, so once you plug in your phone, it installs that software and you can run it on the screen. And you can download apps. It has the UVO services, and you also have this right here. This is nice, quick guide. So you can go in here and find information about anything you want to find. It's really nice. So like if you're trying to learn how to use a feature, instead of like if you don't have your phone or you don't have data or whatever, you can look it up right here. It's like the manual in digital in the actual screen, which is really nice. Your climate control can be controlled here on the screen. Alright, and you see there's different things there set up, voice commands, all that stuff. Alright, so moving on down here, you have a traditional volume knob and tune through the stations. Everybody has to have the volume knob. They really just so used to that knob, so they just keep it in vehicles, I guess. But you have some actual physical buttons down here, so you can go to specific screens. So you push the radio button, goes to the radio. Media, nothing to show. Phone, nothing to show.
Turn Bluetooth on from your...
And you can seek through the tracks or your presets, that kind of stuff. And your map and setup and all that stuff right here. That's quick and easy to get to, so you don't have to go through and navigate through the screens trying to find what you want. You just like go to those quick access places. Okay, so here's your climate control. It's a dual zone for your driver and passenger temperatures are there. You can sync them if you want to have both of them the same, but generally you can set them separately. Your front and rear defrosters, where you want the air to blow. You can change where, there's your fan speed, and there's where you want to change, like say your defroster or blowing in your face or down in the floorboard, that kind of thing. You can turn your climate off if you want to, recirculate the air, all that good stuff. All right, so here's a little compartment here. Let's go ahead and push it back, and you'll notice a little rubber pad down in here. This is for your wireless charging system. So if you have a phone that charges wirelessly, you can lay it there and charge it. It also has a 12-volt power supply, a USB port and auxiliary input, little storage pocket right here. There's your cup holders, and it's open in the center to kind of give you the ability to use this area for more than just cups. All right, so let's go ahead and start up here with the shifter. So here's your shifter, and it's a 6-speed automatic transmission. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse, and two things will happen. One, the parking sensors will pop up here. If there's anything back there, it'll kind of beep at you. But the other thing is this epic camera system. So you have a backup camera, of course, and a lot of vehicles have that, but this one has a view. Basically there's cameras around the vehicle, one on each side, front and rear, and basically the computer in the vehicle stitches all those images together to make it look like that there's a camera like 50 feet above the vehicle looking straight down. So you can see all these shadows around. Let's go ahead and back up a little bit so you can see it's in real time. You see all that, you see everything moving. It takes away the distortion from the wide angle lenses and gives you this top down look that looks really nice. And this really helps out with, you know, navigating through tight spots. Now you can push these buttons here, so we could see just the backup camera. We can see just to the left here on that side. So this is the rear driver side tire. We can see the rear passenger side tire. And we can go into the full thing. Now, if we were to put it in drive actually, and push this button, which I already have pushed, it gives you a different set of options. It does give you the top view, but this time it gives you the front view, so it's showing you what's in front of the vehicle. So I'm going to pull forward so you can see. get closer to my car there. But you have these other options. So now we have just the front view, the front driver's side. You can see that front tire. I'm going to turn the steering wheel so we can see it kind of pop out there. You see that tire sticking out? So if we're getting really close to a curb or something, or anything, we can keep an eye on that tire and get really, really close if we need to. Same thing to the front right. The front right tire, same thing. We can look right at it and see right where we're going. It's nice. And then of course we can always see the top-down view. This has a manual mode, so we can put it over here, and in addition to using the paddle shifters, we can bump it like a ratchet shifter if we want to change the gear ratios that way. Your drive mode, this is where you can turn eco or sport on. There's basically default is normal. Basically nothing will show up here. Push it one time, it'll go into eco, which will emphasize fuel economy. Push it again, it'll go into sport, which emphasizes performance over fuel economy. So it's a little bit of a trade-off there. And then you push it again and everything goes off. Heated steering wheel. So you could turn that on right here. You have heated and cooled seats, and it's a 3-stage. So we could push it 1, high, medium, low. Same thing with the heated side, high, medium, low. And I like the way they have different colors. So you have your blue for your cold, and then that kind of an orange color for your heat. Has an electronic parking brake, so we can just pull that up, and it secures the rear wheels. Push it down while holding the brake, and it releases it. Now the auto hold feature is pretty nice. So when that's on, it'll tell you here in the gauge cluster. You see how it's turning on and off. When it's on, when you put it in drive, and when you come to a stop, see, like right now, I put it in drive and I'm letting go of the brake, but we're not going anywhere. All I have to do is push the gas just slightly. It'll release that hold. So if I'm driving and I come to a complete stop and then let go of the brake, it's gonna just kind of hold it there for me. So we're sitting in traffic or whatever, I don't have to hold the brake the whole time if I want to leave it in drive. It'll just kind of hold it for me. When I'm ready to go, I just push the accelerator. I think that's pretty neat. That's the auto hold feature right there. All right, so here's your center armrest, and it's pretty firm. I mean, it does give, it's a soft to the touch surface, but it's not like super cushy. It's kind of more solid and really durable feeling, actually. And I guess it's wide enough, maybe you can share it with your passenger, depends on how generous you are. Okay, so this lifts up. So there's the lid. It has this little tray that's removable, so you can move that out of the way. And it has this large storage area. Let's move this out of the way, so you can see you can put some stuff in there, and actually you can stand up a water bottle or whatever in there. It's pretty good size. And then you have a USB charge port right there. And it has a place for wires to enter and exit the compartment right here. So you just line your wire up with that, and then you can close your lid and it won't pinch the wires. So you have a auto dim rear view mirror, and it's actually auto dimming right now because I have the shade over the light sensor back here. And it has your home link controls right here. You can turn the auto dim feature off if you want to by pushing that. And there's a digital compass right up here which you can turn on and off. Basically it's telling me that the vehicle is facing west right now. Alright, place to put some shades right in here, and it's a very soft felt on the inside, probably the softest I've ever felt in one of these. Got some tap lights, they look like they're powered by LEDs. You can turn on all your interior lights like that, or you can have them turn on when you open the door if you want to. A little ambient light right in here, which is nice. This is for your sunroof, which we'll get into in a minute. There's your visor with a really nice big mirror. And you can open and close it, and as you open and close it, there's a little light there to turn on. Now if you close the visor, it'll turn off. So it only turns on when the visor's in a certain position. Okay, massive sunroof time. So you can see the front portion is larger than the rear. This portion is fixed back here, and this portion can move. So let's go ahead and tilt it up. Tilt it down. Actually, push it too much. Let's go ahead and push it back now. Push it again. Okay, that's as far as it goes. Let's go ahead and push it forward. And as I push it forward, it moves the shade forward. So it has a shade that blocks 100% of the light. So when you don't want all that light coming in, you have that shade that kind of turns it into a regular headliner. Okay, let's look at the visibility in the back. It does have some small headrests back there, and the pillars are kind of close together, but it does have a small window in between to kind of help out with visibility. But overall good. Of course, the camera system, the parking sensors, the blind spot monitor system, cross path detection, all that stuff helps out with you know, backing up and changing lanes and things like that. Okay, so there you have it. 2017 Kia Optima SX Limited. Really impressive vehicle. It's very roomy. A lot of soft to the touch, high quality feeling, and just an overall neat vehicle. Has a lot of horsepower. Really impressed. Let me know what you think in the comments. What you think of this vehicle. And thank you for watching, and thank you to Myrtle Beach Kia for providing the vehicle. See you guys next time. Let's take a look at the window sticker. Now you can use the pause button to get some more information off of it if you would like. Look at all those safety features. This thing's loaded up with all kinds of stuff.